My name's Joanne Gawthorne. I work for North Liverpool Citizens Advice Bureau. I'm based in Walton. The role I currently do is called New Directions, and it's working alongside the registered social landlords tenants to provide financial capability advice. We were talking about this not long ago, and we were looking at a typical high street, and whereas it used to be all different range of shops, they tend to be now charity shops and money lending shops, or the shops obviously where you can take goods in and redeem them, obviously you with an interest charge, and this is obviously a way, it's a product of society. It's because obviously what's happening with people, they're getting into debt through using these agencies, and they are coming in obviously to the Bureau a lot more. For some people, they have to use these services to get by unless they've sought advice and can understand how to budget, and that can be a really hard thing. It's not an easy thing to just budget. It's a small word, but it's hard to do. And for some people, they are forced down these routes, and I think the reason they're popping up more and more is because they are being used more and more. I mean, the client group I see obviously depends on what stage they're at when I meet them. If I've met them before Christmas and they haven't got a current debt, then we'd work with them, try and explain affordable credit, or maybe help them if they have got a budget, and we can help them with maybe any savings. But people we see on top of Christmas, as it were, they've already made their choices, so they may have already applied for Provident loans or the doorstop lenders. But when you sit down with someone, I mean, I'll do home visits, and when you sit down with someone, people will sometimes really break down, and they become very upset because there is pressure. There is pressure to buy certain toys, certain clothing, and the children, are demanding on their parents, and that can cause a lot of pressure. And then people feel, I don't know whether it's embarrassment, or they feel a kind of obligation to try and get these things, and obviously that has a knock-on effect for them come the new year. What we do with utility bills, the first thing we do is obviously look at someone's circumstances. There's obviously the options available to somebody with their gas and electric can depend on what type of meter they have. Some energy suppliers will let you change from a prepayment meter to a credit meter free of charge, but some of them don't. So it can also depend whether you've already got a debt on your account. But what we do is we'd complete a comparison, and always, if there's a better deal out there, we would give the client the opportunity by giving them the information. We would never advise on a particular product. We would give the client the information. If they wanted to switch their energy supplier, we would help them with that. Another thing we do is we always look if there's any grants available for people. At this time of year, we've been applying for the Warm Homes discount, which enables people to have £135 on their winter electricity bill. Now, it's credited to your account if you're on a credit meter. If you're on a prepayment meter, it can be automatically installed onto your meter. So we are doing things with clients to help them with the utility bills. There's also a number of grants available if people have got arrears with the gas, electricity or water supplier. If an individual lives alone in maybe a 3 or 4 bedroom property, they will be paying their water based on the rateable value of that property. We would also look at whether there was options for a water meter to be installed, which may lower their water bills as well. Definitely. With this, I mean, with the time of year, obviously the weather's getting colder, people are using the gas more and more. If people are also affected by some of the welfare reforms acts that have now came in relation to the under-occupancy and social housing, you can find that people are actually making the choice between heating or eating. Yeah, over the last few years, I'd say the situation for people is definitely declining with their finances. The cost of food is another issue. People have, if you compile that with gas and electricity prices going through the roof, water prices have increased. Everything seems to be increasing and nothing decreasing apart from your wage. So it really is hard for people, but I would say seek advice. There is help out there for people, and we can work together to improve people's financial situations.